been actually a crazy year. Did a bunch of big trips, and this is pretty much the end of my season. And at the same time, in the middle of the summer, had a baby, sold my house, so we're just living life on the road. Me and Ricky, we met at a Maxxis event a while back, talked about doing a multi-sport trip and heading out to the desert.
It's quite the adventure. You know, it's a little bit different from California. I've always rode motorcycles, but when I was 6 years old until I was 13, mainly raced BMX. I actually learned to ride my first motorcycle right down the street where I ride every day. I've had a lot of success recently. 2014, 3 championships in a single year. Best in the desert, National Hare and Hound, and then the Baja 1000. Basically what you're trying to do is race as fast as you can across the desert, match your odometer up with the road book mileage, and then make that turn. You keep clicking off the notes like that all the way down. It's like speeding in traffic while texting someone. It's fun. I mean, sometimes you get lost and you start panicking, freaking out. It's all a part of the game. Half of my races are here in America, and the other half are overseas in South America and Europe. So I'd rather do this and have fun riding a motorcycle all over the world. When you need a break from a dirt bike, you go to a mountain bike because it's the next best thing. When I'm by myself, I'm out there for 3.5 hours doing 25, 30 miles. I think I'll probably mountain bike for the rest of my life. I know about the Rampage and I've seen it. I hope we don't do stuff like that. I mean, I'm not. You know, my bike can go off a curb. I think Darren's not gonna want to do small stuff like that. Sidewalk riding, I don't think we're doing that. We'll see what Utah has in store. I know from watching the Rampage, they got some sick stuff.
Home is Coombs, small little town on Vancouver Island. And like every kid, you know, had a bike in the neighborhood. You know, the pedal bike turned into wanting a dirt bike, and 15 years later, I have a professional mountain bike career, traveling the world, doing numerous contests and video parts. I'm the type of dude that gets pretty bored doing one thing. I like to hunt, I like to snowmobile, moto, bike, all sorts of bikes, razoring, trail building, anything outdoors, having fun. Except hiking. Hiking's really boring. I'm pretty efficient on the mountain bike in terms of handling skills, but with a dirt bike, you know, I'm not as agile just because, you know, I'm used to such a lighter bike. I've definitely learned my hard lessons out in the gray bentonite zones. There's a big learning curve in this type of terrain. For myself, just coming off a Rampage, definitely the confidence is feeling it, you know, after sending some of the biggest errors of my life. People get too hung up on, seeing a end goal as a success, like, hey, I want to be that champ. But for me, it's more of being able to ride my bike for a living and not have to push an office job. That's my biggest success. For me, the off-season doesn't really apply that much just because I do a lot of winter trips. But for this year, it's been actually a crazy year, all for filming and getting content. I came here years ago for Crank 5, and I always wanted to come back. Basically the moto mecca for free riding. What I really like about this area is it's like a destined moto area, so you can't get in trouble like taking ATVs and stuff out in the desert. The Razor's great for bringing all the gear and the bikes to where you want to go, but the moto is just, you can't beat it in terms of accessibility. As far as your skill will take you, you can get there.
First day was getting used to the terrain here and the bike.
We headed out in the desert just to scope, see what's out there, and we ended up dumping the bikes a few times, getting into some pretty hairy situations, so it was definitely a good time.
We found a few ridges we can ride our mountain bikes down, and we're kind of white knuckling the handlebars, trying not to fall off the edge. The terrain here is kind of crazy to me. The hills, they kind of look really hard, but you get up to them and you start riding them, they're really soft with a hard shell of dirt over the sand. I've been calling them the mud hills.
It was super sick to see all the bike handling skills. It was great to learn, monkey see, monkey do. It's difficult if you don't know what you're looking for, but at the same time, there's a lot of options to be really creative. The world's your oyster, really. If you want to basically push the envelope in terms of what you know how to ride, you have a lot of options to do that out here.
I've never actually had both bikes with me at one time. I never really think about, oh, let's build a cliff and jump off of it. I've never done anything like that.
It's absolutely insane. Like, you could literally sit in just like one valley, and every day you look at it, it starts to look different.
It looks pretty good. Looks like a simple hit, more of a drop.
Jump up on angle and you get those shadows in behind. But for now it's windy, so let's get the fuck out of here and do something useful. Yeah, Ricky's just coming off a race in Africa and I'm coming off a big event. My season's pretty much done, but Ricky's still got another big event coming up. He's using this as an opportunity to get a little bit of cross training in and relax a little bit. pretty fun getting him on the mountain bike. He was a little timid for sure, but yeah, he got it, no problem.
Watching Darren do his thing on his mountain bike, it's cool, but I'm gonna stay in my comfort zone with the two-wheel thing and just stay on the dirt bike. There's one drop that I think is doable on a moto. I think we're gonna gear up today and go dropping on it. I don't think I'd naturally do it. I'm inspired, kind of have to do it on a dirt bike. There's no excuse there.
Super cool to see Ricky drop in on some big drops and whatnot. He's more than capable, he's got all the skills, so it's cool to push him a little bit. Features that we found on this trip were pretty rad, actually. We got some sick ridge lines and been productive for shooting some sweet mountain bike and moto stuff. There's something about it that it's like just Utah in this place just kind of keeps getting better and better with time.